I know these cons are like, they're awesome, and half of it is basically people dressing up as whatever they want. Is there a particular character? It doesn't have to necessarily be Halo, it could be anything. And if like putting on a costume wasn't an issue, what would that costume be? What would you be dressed up as at a con?
Jabba the Hutt. Because I wouldn't have to do much at all. Dave?
No, I'm a real sourpuss when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't like dressing up for Halloween. My daughter loves it. It's her favorite holiday. Always has been since the time she was a little girl. And all the kids. So last Halloween, she lives in Colorado, and I was going to be out there for some reason. And she said, "Dad, you can dress up. We got this outfit for you." And I said, "Honey, don't dress up." so yeah, I don't really, it's just not my thing.
My husband really wants me to dress up as Cortana at Halloween. He's desperate for me to do that. I think if I was coming to a con, I don't know if this would be appropriate at a con, but I'd be Buttercup in Princess Bride. I did cut off all my hair used to be super long, so it would have worked, but that would probably be, because I love that movie so much. I love that movie so much.
Good choice.
Jen, really with Cortana, you've seen her really evolve over the course of the games. From being, obviously Chief's best pal, sort of being an adversary a little bit, as you get on with the games, and then of course, being the weapon, and then doing the live action series. And with Steve, really, just like every game, they're just giving you more dialogue, more about Chief and who he is as a human being, really. So my question is there ever like a point where you feel like really settled in the character, or is it just changing and evolving so much that you just kind of feel like you're going against
I never feel settled in any experience as an actor, because you're constantly learning new things and taking that in, and if you're not, you're dead. I feel comfortable with Cortana, and she's familiar to me. So there is that, like, oh right, this is. But I have to, before I do any new game, I go back and listen to what I did before to remind myself, to get back in that world. But I wouldn't say settled, but I do feel she is familiar and dearly loved. I love her so much. So I have that. But yeah, I never feel like, oh yeah, I got this. That isn't an experience.
Well, like you said, that's the kiss of death. As soon as
some people will be like, no, you
don't.
don't.
You don't. Yeah. And I would echo that. I never feel, settled with him. In fact, I feel like it becomes more of a challenge, not less, because
there's so much history behind
yeah,
you.
right. And so, the struggle with the Master Chief has always been, how he struggles with emotion because it was bred out of him, and that's one of the cool things about the TV show is they really take that idea to its ultimate extreme, which was that he was literally enhanced to eliminate an emotional impact, and then the Pablo Schreiber, there's the scene where he removes the thing that inhibits his ability to express emotion. So, it's never that graphic in the game, but the way I've always approached him is a guy who has emotions and doesn't really know how to let them out, and is in some ways afraid of them. And the Chief isn't afraid of much, but I think that's the one thing. So the struggle as an actor is how do you interpret that? And I always harken back. There was a guy on, remember the show Inside the Actors Studio?
Oh yeah.
It was a show, I don't know that it's on anymore, and I can't remember the actor, But they were talking about playing a drunk, and he said the trick to playing a drunk is to act like you're not drunk. You know, it's not slurring the words and doing all that. It's that because when you think about it, when you are drunk, all you're trying to do is pretend like you're not drunk. So I use that, you know, in terms of you know, Master Chief in how to express an emotion that he really doesn't understand. So every iteration of the game has explored that concept a little bit further, and that's the challenge, and it's a fun challenge to, you know, sort of have. It's much more fun to have that than it is, you know, to approach a character and say, I got this, you know. You get the lines, you get your voice in a certain place and you do it. That's boring. What's fun is to try to figure out how to get it out from the heart out to whatever you're supposed to be doing.
Well, we're coming towards the end of our time together, but before we get out of here, do you all have anything you'd like to share, projects you're working on currently, or just some thoughts about Halo and maybe your first con that you'd like to share with the audience?
Projects, I don't have any projects really going on. I am very light about my project, such as it is I'm hoping to drive across country in mid-August and see everybody I've ever known on the way, and end up eventually in New York, where I may spend a couple of months because I've got agents there, and you know, it would be interesting to see what we could drum up back there, just for a change of pace. That's all. And as far as I already said, I mean, you know, being here at this convention has been such a kick. It's really been great, and I just hope I get to do a whole lot more of them, because they're a lot of fun. And it's also really, I have to say, one of the great things about today is finding myself together with the two of these people, because they're both so incredibly not only good at what they do in the game, but they're great, great people. Really great people.